Hi. Well, today we're going to have a different kind of video. I don't know why I'm making this video. I think it's kind of for me, but it's kind of for all my friends at the same time. I don't know. At a time like this, it's like now we get to see my friends. I have cancer. This started off about, it started about 35 years ago, but I don't want to go into the long details. Let's just say that when I was 28, there were some cancer issues, and I've had health problems basically since I was 11 years old. My anemia is affecting my heart, so I was going to have a hysterectomy. I was referred to a surgeon. My surgeon said, okay, with your history, no problems, we can do a hysterectomy. We just have to do some tests to please the insurance company. So I went through a month's worth of tests. I came back in. He said, you're healthy enough for surgery. Everything meets the requirements. I need to do a biopsy. I said, okay. I came back a week later to do the biopsy. It was extremely painful, and I have rheumatoid arthritis, so the position that I had to physically be in for over an hour was excruciating. And hi, Jen. And the blood was just a lot of blood everywhere. And he then told me that he wanted to do another biopsy in May. And I told him, I said, wait a minute. I'm only here for a hysterectomy. I'm not here to have multiple biopsies and for you to jerk me around. I'm like, this thing's coming out. Either you're taking it out or I'm taking it out, but this thing's coming out. And he was just like, well, I'm doing you a favor. And he left the room. And during this biopsy, I was very upset because there was the doctor and there was the nurse. And she kept leaving the room and coming back, leaving the room and coming back, leaving the room and coming back, because they didn't have all the stuff that they needed for the procedure in the room. And then while she was leaving and coming back, the door was open. I'm naked, and the door is open. I mean, it's not a busy office. I don't think anybody walked by or anything, but it's just the point of that's kind of rude. Anyways, so I'm leaving the procedure room and I'm pissed. And I go into the bathroom to brush my hair out and, you know, kind of look presentable again. And he catches me in the hallway and he goes, okay, come back next week. I'm like, okay. So apparently he's changed his mind. He's going to do the surgery now. So I go up to the counter, I make my appointment, whatever. I come back, and this was Thursday. And we talk about how I'm going to have an abdominal hysterectomy removing my uterus. And I asked him about my ovaries, and he said, well, at this point, they're just going to cause cancer. So let's take them out too. And I said, okay, that's fine. Take whatever you need to get out. I've been told for the last 20 years that my uterus is nothing but a cancer bomb waiting to happen. So between not having health insurance and various other things that were going on, I had a hard time getting to the point where I would find a doctor that would do a hysterectomy, but then I didn't have insurance. And then when I had insurance, I had problems finding a doctor who would give me a hysterectomy. When you're told, I was told at 11 years old I would never have children. And then I was told from the time I was a teenager that there was, I'm going to have cancer. At 28, I had cancer. And now at 46, they're saying, well, we're just going to take this all out because it's affecting your heart and it's probably going to cause another cancer. Okay, wonderful. Get it out. I've been trying for years. Even after I got insurance, I was having problems finding a doctor who, they're like, well, you don't have cancer right now. So, anyways, on Thursday, he discusses the entire procedure with me. We make the dates. Everything's fine. Friday, and he told me I didn't have the biopsies in yet, but visually, from when he was doing it, it looked fine. Okay? Everything was fine. Friday afternoon, he calls me and he says, oh, you have cancer. We need to do a more in-depth biopsy. My receptionist will call you with the dates to go to the hospital and stuff, because it'll be a more surgical biopsy. Okay. And then he says, she'll call you later, after the holidays. It'll be towards the end of January. And I was like, okay. And I thought he was going to say more stuff or whatever and give me a little bit more information. He hung up. I looked at my cell phone and it was 3 minutes and 23 seconds of, you have cancer, somebody's going to call you up to, arrange the dates. That's all he said to me. I don't know anything. I have no information. Which is fine. Whatever. I'll get my information. I'm the caretaker. I take care of my mom, who's 68 and blind and has leukemia and a brain tumor and real bad diabetes. And I take care of her. I have 2 cats that are diabetic that have special needs, and I take care of them. One of my cats is not doing well, and I'm afraid that if I can't take care of her properly, that she's going to die. My mom's blind, so even though she can pretty much take care of herself, she's blind. There's a lot of things that she can't do, and she falls. My friends, they're just like, oh, tell me if there's anything that I can do to help. And none of them asked me about my feelings because my friends know that I'm not the type of person to talk about my feelings and get all into, oh my God, you know, I feel this or I feel that. I'm not that type of person. And I just want to say, if you're watching this, if anybody watches this video and you're the friend, don't sit there and say, I know how you feel. Because nobody knows how anybody else feels. I mean, that's just a good advice in any situation. So, feelings are a personal thing. Everybody feels differently. The second thing is, I would say, offer real help. I'm afraid to go to the hospital. What if my mom falls? What if Storm gets sicker? What, you know, there are just things that could happen. And then it's just the little things. Even when I'm not in the hospital and I'm at home recovering, which recovery takes some time. Who's going to clean the cat box? Who's going to do the dishes? Who's going to do the laundry? I mean, if you really love me and you're my friend, come, you know, run a vacuum. That's real help. To me, it's like, oh, okay, you know, you're offering emotional support, whatever. I don't need emotional support right now. I need somebody who will check on my mom, make sure she's hasn't fallen out in the yard and been sitting there, you know, all night or something. It's freezing cold. What happens if my mom falls and nobody notices? This is terrifying to me. Anyways, I don't really know what to say. I have cancer.